The NBA is one of the most followed leagues on the planet and is the epitome of representation for the sport of basketball. And while it is based in the USA, the league's followers are worldwide and continue to grow. It has been said that in more recent times, 1 out of every 7 people alive on the planet have access to the NBA Finals. That is more than 1 billion people, making sure that they're updated and aware of what happens during the biggest game series in the league. With this much fans and followers, every individual who makes it into the NBA becomes quite the celebrity, yet others are passionately hated. In this video, we're taking a look at 10 of the most hated players in the NBA. Before we jump into it though, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to ring the notification bell for all of our newest videos. Number 10. Kelly Olynyk, Miami Heat. Canadian power forward Kelly Olynyk is a skilled and valuable role player who currently plays with the Miami Heat and was vital to the team's dynamic in reaching the 2020 NBA Finals, despite losing to the LA Lakers in 6 games. However, Olynyk is also the kind of player who has maintained an insidious and sly reputation as being one of the game's dirtiest players, especially while playing for the team he started the league with, the Boston Celtics. This is the man responsible for Kevin Love's serious injury that sidelined him for the 2015 Finals, after Olynyk clamped down on Love's left arm, dislocating his shoulder in the process during the Game 4 battle between the Celtics and the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Olynyk is hated mostly because he is known for inflicting some serious and dangerous pain while on the court. In the 2017 playoffs, Olynyk set an illegal high screen on Washington Wizards forward Kelly Oubre, and was eventually ejected and suspended for the act. Number 9. Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce has made a name for himself for all of the wrong reasons, despite being one of the most notable greats of the NBA. The truth is beloved by Boston Celtics fans, but is despised by opposing fan bases and by plenty of players as well. His reputation as a remarkable clutch player has granted him some high praise, but plenty of it is also resentful admiration. As a player, he loves to trash talk and often provides himself undeserving accolades, like the time he declared himself as the best player in the league a week after the Celtics won the 2008 NBA championship. The comment would have been fair, especially since, they did win the trophy and he did win an NBA Finals MVP. However, he gave the remark by putting down another one of the league's GOATs, Kobe Bryant. Pierce has also remarked that he could have been considered one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. It's basically a case that great players don't call themselves the greatest at anything. It's this kind of mindset that brings in more hate for Pierce even now as a sports analyst on TV, with his rough comments that often put him in uneasy spots. Number 8. Lonzo Ball. Aside from his consistent play and poor form, Lonzo Ball has had the pressures of being the focus of quite the amount of scrutiny even before he got drafted into the league. Probably more due to his father LeVar Ball, who is such a character that people love to hate. LeVar has been a polarizing figure that has affected the image for his son Lonzo even more than Lonzo's performance on the court. This mix of entertainment and controversy has brought on a wave of detractors to the Ball family in general, especially when they don't meet the expectations of their reputation. It is a good thing that his brother didn't outshine, as he was chosen 3rd overall in the 2020 draft compared to Lonzo being 2nd in the pick. Otherwise, it would have been such an awkward face-to-face at the dinner table for Thanksgiving. Number 7. Patrick Beverley. Los Angeles Clippers guard Patrick Beverley is the kind of player you'd love to have on your team, but would absolutely hate going up against. Described as an utter defensive irritant and often dubbed a nuisance by many due to his on and off the court antics. His no-nonsense, in-your-face approach may rub a lot of players the wrong way, but he's had to prove himself time and time again that he deserves to be in the big leagues. He's the kind of guy who plays old-school tricks, from old-fashioned trash-talking on the court and incessant taunting while sidelined on the bench. He's also added a new layer to his arsenal through social media, where he often takes feuds and roasts with other players on Twitter. The NBA vet may have been a fan favorite in the past, but more recently, especially with him and his team's performance in the bubble, it seems that Beverley's all bark, all bite approach has been more of just a plain ineffective but loud barking. Number 6. James Harden. Owing this one to his rather unconventional and effective style of play, and possibly the legal move he's perfected in the form of Euro step that is debatably more of a legal travel, James Harden is one of the most disliked players in the game. He's still the best isolation player in the game, with a lethal step back 3 that can put fallen defenders to shame. However, he's still a terrible defender and is totally unreliable in the playoffs. Regardless of the hate, the Beard can still rack up the stats to his own personal gain. Number 5, Draymond Green. Draymond is a vital cog in the Golden State Warriors system that brought in tremendous success, but he's also one of the best-known loudmouths in the league. His style of warfare is intimidation and often dirty play, and is known for trash-talking about his rivals even to the media. The backlash he received after hitting LeBron James in the crotch during the 2016 NBA Finals brought referees to focusing on Draymond's every move since. Number 4, Russell Westbrook. One of the most entertaining and ferocious athletes in the game of basketball, Russell Westbrook is the kind of superstar everyone loves to hate. From his stat chasing to attain triple doubles and being a ball hog, he's a petty player who can't contain himself from injecting swipes and snarky remarks on and off the court. His own teammates used to remark on Westbrook's penchant for stealing rebounds from taller players. However, being a guard who is also able to rebound the ball could lead to a fast break possession that would eventually bring his team to an advantage, so they just let him be. Number 3, Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo is the perfect example of a lanky aggression rising to the occasion. Rondo's massive ego and combative attitude has led to numerous fights either on the court or in the locker room. He once spit on Chris Paul while having argument face to face. Despite Rondo's denial, he replays and high-definition slow-mos have proved his detestable act. He's the kind of person who doesn't like to be bossed around and can still dominate the floor with his great playmaking and defending. Considered as one of the players with possibly the greatest understanding of the game, he often shines during the postseason, with the media dubbing him Playoff Rondo. Number 2, Ron Artest. The player formerly known as Ron Artest has had quite the career in the NBA, filled with controversy and some successes as well. He once drank during halftime and has flipped off fans, but is most notorious for the altercation that occurred in 2004 between the Pacers and the Pistons, which became known as the Malice at the Palace, when Artest fouled Pistons center Ben Wallace hard, which led to a shove and a fight between both teams and some fans. Being one of the most hated players in the game, Ron Artest needed to atone and find some peace, which is probably why he had his name legally changed to Meta World Peace. Number 1, Kevin Durant. One of the deadliest and most effective offensive players in the game today, Kevin Durant is considered the biggest gun and always seems to make the team he plays in immediate contenders for a championship. The inevitability of his game and his personal character has provided much hatred for this key player. His transfer into the 2016 Golden State Warriors that led to a dynasty-making super team, as if the Warriors weren't super already, made people hate Durant a whole lot more. His attitude since then hasn't really changed, and people's hatred hasn't changed either. He's been outed for social media burner accounts and continued to exhibit his immense immaturity. The animosity between Durant and his fans worsened somehow, especially after leaving the Warriors to play for Brooklyn, with a possible attempt at making his own super team over there. Durant's fan base may not equate with his success, but there's no love lost there. What do you think about the 10 most hated NBA players? We'd love to hear from you by placing your comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more stories.